All right, here we are again with part something. Let's kick things off with Mick Foley and Al Snow. I thought these two were a good pair, and I'd love to read an Al Snow autobiography one of these days. I would definitely pick it up. Big fan of Al Snow too. And we have the Oddities on the cover of the WWF magazine with Insane Clown Posse. I was a big Oddities fan, but I don't know why I don't know. Giant Kurgan, he was a heck of a wrestler. He had great talent. But why they never let him hardly do anything, I don't know. Or Giant Silva, sorry. Kurgan was good too. Kurgan is now doing a lot of action movies, and he's actually done quite well for himself. So yeah, Giant Silva, I think he's been in MMA or something like that a few times, and he's done pretty well too. Steve Austin versus Goldberg. Who's number one? I'm not going to give away the answer to this one in who they went over, but I'll put it to you this way: the winner was the bald guy. We got Michael Jordan and Lex Luger on the cover of WWF magazine, and I thought that was pretty cool. You know, Michael Jordan, Lex Luger on the cover. Nothing wrong with that. I don't think that was put on as one of their as picked the worst WWF magazine covers of all time, but yeah. Special edition of WWE magazine. It chronicles the Undertaker. His time, the man behind the tattoos and the bandana and the whole 9 yards. Very interesting, really good, interesting magazine right there. If I can get this up here a little bit, because again, the Undertaker. Oh goodness gracious! Like I said, I'm a big fan of the Undertaker. I mean, I know a lot of people out there just want to say, it's like, oh, he's just a wrestler. It's not really just the Undertaker himself. It's the man behind the character. And I really think that Mark Calloway himself is really an all-around good guy. And, he could walk away from wrestling tomorrow and knowing that he accomplished a lot. So, the wrestler with Big Fish Trish on the cover of it. A lot of people say that Trish was pretty much better than Sable, and I have to agree with that one. Sable is like, she was a complete waste of time, and but Trish, she could get in there and wrestle really, really good. Okay, another one with the Undertaker on the cover. I don't get why people say that I have this Undertaker look. I don't understand it. I mean, come on, I don't have tattoos. Okay. Come on. Here we go again. This is probably one of my favorite covers because I just think this is just completely just awesome. Undertaker, Paul Bearer, 3 other guys in the back. I just think that's just one of the best issues they ever did. Not because I'm an Undertaker fan, but just because just everything in it, I thought it looked just so ultra cool. WCW 92 Reader Awards. We got Ron Simmons. We got Sting, we got Ravishing Rick Rude on the cover. And why do I hear people out there right now giving the famous Ron Simmons catchphrase when I said Ron Simmons? All right, now it's time to get to the second pile. And we start off with, again, another ECW magazine with Lance Storm and Don Marie on the cover. The thing I liked about ECW magazine is that 9 times out of 10, they just let any wrestler on the cover, and they just be like, they weren't particular about who it was. It's like, it's like, okay, let's put on there Just Incredible. Okay, let's put on there Taz. Okay, let's put on there the Full-Blooded Italians. Fine, why not? They didn't do that because, unfortunately, I think they only put out like 6 issues. Bret Hart on the cover of WWF magazine when he was on Lonesome Dove the series. I never watched any of the episodes he was on, but of course, never watched much of Lonesome Dove. I'm not really into westerns all that much. Brock Lesnar. This is back when speculation when Brock Lesnar was gone from the WWE. And they were thinking, like a Brock Lesnar JBL match might be something worth seeing, but I don't know, after that horrific match he had with Goldberg. Then we have Kurt Angle back when he had his hair. Oh, lordy. The guy has the charisma of oatmeal. I'm sorry, okay? Wowzers. And the time of back when WWF Raw was doing a story on who really killed DX. Of course, they all said the writers. So I was like, of course it's the writers. And then we have WWE Magazine with Zach Gowen on the cover. A one-legged wrestler who unfortunately didn't stay in WWE very long. He found actually greater success in JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling. I think he's been tag team champion or something like that, but you know, he's doing pretty good for himself. Gotta give him credit for that. Of course, we have Triple H on the cover of WWF Magazine, and that big old sledgehammer coming at you 3D style. WWF Magazine with Val Venus on the cover. Of course, we all know where his career went. Another one with DX on the cover, and I hope I never see these guys like that ever again. And we have the big WWF Magazine leading up to the Royal Rumble match between Psycho Sid and Shawn Michaels in Shawn Michaels' hometown of San Antonio, Texas. Actually, I read he's not really from Texas, but you know, you got to sell tickets. Ken Shamrock. I think this was the only time he appeared on a WWF Magazine. Oh man, a lot of people said he was a lunatic, but I think Vader's the only guy who can say that he was really, really stiff in the ring. And of course, Vader got him back in a steel cage match sometime later on. And yeah, Lex Luger again on the cover of WCW Magazine. Sorry about that. And he seemed to grace the cover quite a few times. WCW Magazine. Yeah, he was sort of the John Cena of the WCW era. And this is another one of the last WWE magazines I got. Triple H. Again, like I said, it just kind of came down to the same 4 to 6 guys on the covers, and I just stopped buying them. It stopped, you know, it's like I don't want to buy them anymore. We have the best of 2007 right here. Way too many guys to name. And of course, their own version of the WWE Magazine Slammy Awards. So that was pretty. Again, more weird awards in there. And we got WWF Magazine with DX on the cover. I have quite a few of these too. It's kind of weird. WCW Magazine with the British Bulldog in dreadlocks. I never quite understood that look, but he made it work. We have Inside Wrestling, New Wave Wrestling, sorry. It's a magazine I got from a friend of mine when a buddy of mine and I went to go to Fort Smith to see Jake the Snake Roberts and Nasty Boy Brian Knobbs in a steel cage. And a buddy of mine bought this magazine, and when he just realized that everything was like so out of date, he's like, "Here, have it." And I was like, "Okay." We got Diesel on the cover of another WWF magazine. I think this is back before he became the big champion. So, yeah. But he was still getting cheered, which was kind of weird. Of course, a big buildup of WrestleMania 14 between Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Mike Tyson, special enforcer referee. Of course, he only went in there, gave a fast count, and then knocked out Shawn Michaels. So there you guys go. And this one, I know I said I didn't want to show off any wrestling magazines, didn't have any covers to them, but this is actually the oldest one I have. This is from 1990, and this was a big build-up to Survivor Series. So, and oh, here we go again. Last one before I sign out of here, and it has, of course, Dude Love on the cover of it. And my buddy Tyler This is actually his favorite persona of Mick Foley. I think it's a tie-dye. I'm not really sure why, but or what. Okay, hopefully we're going to get through this stack in the next part of it, and I hope you guys will check out the next part of it, which will hopefully be the last part. So, till then, gang, as always, stay strong and rock on.